Okay, gender equality in Korea. Of course, there is virtually none. And really, it is kind of shocking. But I would suggest our author hints at something here, implies a point which I would make a major point. I said yesterday, I think, talking about co-education, that I suspected that the main reason why Korean schools are becoming co-educational is the image that Koreans are so concerned about, and rightly so, the image of being a modern thinking, enlightened country. Equality, I doubt it. The image is what counts. Now, I think Koreans are going to have to think more seriously about this image, about the birth rate. I mean, foreigners are shocked by this. The aborting female fetuses, for what reason? What is this nonsense? I'm sorry, but it makes Koreans seem third world. There it is. Continue that trend and be third world. You deserve it. You deserve it if you continue thinking like that. Now, this article points to some improvements or some signs of improvement. And these are, but they're tiny. They're tiny. People will point to the fact that the head of Hanara now and Minjudang, I think, are both women. Sorry, these are token gestures in a country that still scorns women. And enlightened men will say, yes, these are excellent women. President Park's daughter, I think, in one case, very enlightened. And then I ask, would you vote for her to be your president? No. Now, I speak as an American, and we do not have gender equality either. But we don't abort female fetuses because we don't have this Yu-Gi-Oh superstition, this patrilinear baggage that you carry and will carry into a troubled future. I feel sure of it. Now, the fact that women may enter the armed forces, this is good. Become pilots and all that, this is good. But at that rate of change, it will take 2,000 years, I'll guess, for Korea to achieve some significant gender equality. By significant, I mean as much as we have in the West. We do not have gender equality. So I'm not speaking from some superior position looking down on Koreans. Our record is shameful too. But I think yours is more shameful. And I think you should be concerned about your image. Now, more women in government. Laws have been passed. This is good. But I feel sure that these laws are resisted systematically. But slow progress. And remember that women are choosing to advance their careers and postpone marriage more and more in Korea. Good idea. Good idea. Women must gain some self-respect, some sense of independence, achieve some position in the world and not just be subservient to their husband. Now these women are terrified that maybe it will be too late, that they will never marry, that they will be old Mrs., as the term was used, the derogatory, disparaging term. Women are going to have to run that risk. But the fact is there will be more and more men wanting to marry them, and a woman who is established, who has some money in the bank, who can carry herself with some dignity, who can enter a relationship as a little more like an equal, will be desirable to some men at least. So that's not in this article, but I think the trend of women's postponing marriage, postpone more, 30. But they're terrified that they will be too late, that they will miss the boat. American women have gone through this too. And the feminist movement encouraged women to do just this. And it's good advice, but it means you have to be strong. Of course, you'll have relationships, affairs, you'll have your friends. Try to accept the possibility that maybe you will not marry. Maybe you will not have children. Of course, the pressure from mom and dad is huge on that, especially mom, who regards the having of children as the meaning of life because it was the meaning of her life. You have to get away from that, and you have to resist that pressure too, women. Now, More court cases decided in favor of women, meaning divorce, the child goes to the woman sometimes. In the past, it's been mostly to the man, which means that the man's mother probably raises the child. The child is raised by grandma, paternal grandma. We know what that means. The child is not raised by dad alone. Dads don't do that. Dads are incapable of that. The fact that more children remain with their mothers is a good thing if the mothers can count on some financial support. But in Korea, I think that is inconceivable. Even if the laws were passed, the police would be incapable of enforcing it. It's not going to happen. So I consider this insignificant, meaningless. Progress, meaningless. Meaningless. You have a disaster coming here, and it's happening. The ways to avert these disasters, once again, don't abort female fetuses. Number one, value women, value girls and women equally, not less than sons. And I know many fathers adore their children, adore their daughters. But when it comes to economics, it's the male. The males have the rule. Laws that protect married women, that is, maternity pay. A woman will not be fired just because she gets married, and will not be fired because she gets pregnant. She gets 90 days, 30% pay. That's real low, but at least it's something. 90 days of maternity leave, we call it. Okay. I want to return to my main idea in all of this. And my main idea is the only force that I think can change things in Korea is Koreans' concern about their image abroad, their image in the world. And I assure you, everything that I've been talking about, especially the aborting of female fetuses, puts you squarely in the third world. It's right in the third world, right with Africa. Do you want that? If you want that, keep aborting those female fetuses, and a disaster will follow too. So if you insist, have your disaster. I think it's disgusting. It really is just about the worst Korean trait I can imagine. I'm a Koreanophile. I like Koreans. But on that topic, I have no patience at all. And as long as there's Chuseok, that's the way it will be. In fact, I think Chuseok has to go. There's a quick solution. Chuseok must be abolished. Will you do it? I doubt it.